Today we're going to make potato salad. And for potato salad, you need potatoes, just regular russet potatoes, 5 eggs, sweet relish, mayonnaise, mustard, and about half of a large onion. And the first thing you want to do is put your eggs in a pan because we're going to boil them. You're going to boil them for 15 minutes. Okay, while your eggs are boiling, or starting to heat up really, you want to pick out your potatoes. Now, you get different sizes in the bag. That's very, very small. You want really 6 large potatoes, but these are so small that really 2 of those count as 1. So really that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use that one because it's split. 5, and then 6. So you want to, the first thing you want to do is peel these. You need to rinse them off because they're still filthy from the peeling. So you just need to rinse these off before you start to cut them into bite-sized pieces. Okay, my potatoes are peeled and ready to go. I've rinsed them off. And you just want to cut these in bite-sized pieces. The smaller, you don't want to cut them really small because then when they boil and they cook, they'll get mushy. So really these are good size, about like this. Really, you don't want them any smaller than that. And then if you, as you're cutting them up, if you have a pan of water to put them into, you don't have to turn them on yet. But just put them in your water because the longer, it's like with an apple, the longer you leave the apple out of its original peel, the quicker it will get brown. So it's the same philosophy with a potato. Once I have all of these cut up and in the pan of water, I will put them on high to boil. Once they start boiling, they will boil for 10 minutes. And then they should be completely cooked. You don't want to let them stay in any longer than that or they will be a mushy mess. Okay, my eggs have been boiling for 15 minutes. I'm going to bring them to the sink and run them under cold water. And you can see one's cracked a little, that's okay. But I'm going to remove the shells from these. If you've never done that before, my husband and I have different methods. Some people like push them up against the side of the sink, like do the top part of it and then just crack it like that and then pull it off. Okay. Some people use the rolling method on the side and just roll it like that. I don't like that because you see what happens. So I'll put that to the side and deal with that in a minute. I just like to really, I guess I'm one of the top parts people where I just kind of do like that and then pull it off. And it comes right off. And so right now I'm going to remove the shell from all 5 eggs. Okay, I have my eggs peeled and rinsed off. And so now I'm just going to cut these into bite-sized pieces. And then I'm using an oversized bowl. And the reason I do that is so that after I mix everything together, I can move it back into a smaller bowl. And it doesn't, that way if you put everything in a bowl that's too small to to stir in your mayonnaise and mustard and all that, it just makes more trouble for yourself. So it's easier to move it from a big one to a small one. So I'm going to do this same thing to all 5 eggs and put them all in this big bowl. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, and as you can see, this is what the potatoes look like boiling. I am going to turn them off and bring them over to the colander, which you need to have ready in the sink. You're going to strain, if you can see, after all that, all of that juice out of there. And you can tell they're done because when you look at them, they're kind of flaky looking. But see, I can take my spoon and I can stick that right in there. So those are perfect. These are really cooked well, so I want them to stop cooking immediately. I will take cold water and I will pour it on top of the potatoes so that they won't cook anymore. So right now I'm just going to wait until all of the water is gone. And then I will add those to my big orange bowl with my egg. My water's drained, so I'm going to add those potatoes. Remember, it would be equivalent to like 6 large potatoes. And then we have our 5 boiled and diced eggs. And remember, this is about a half of a large onion diced up. I'm not going to use all that because it will be very strong if you do. Probably a third of an onion is plenty. And really this is by taste. I hate to say it, but I really don't have a formula, so to speak. The sweet relish, I would get probably 2 tablespoons to start out with. Heaping, 2 heaping tablespoons, yes. And we'll probably add another one to that. Okay, then the mustard, this is probably going to be, I just squirt it. That's probably 2 tablespoons of mustard. And then you're probably looking at about 5 tablespoons of your mayonnaise. Okay, now you just want to fold this in. You don't want to crush your potatoes because you have to remember they're soft, and so you could crush them into just mush, and you don't want it to look too ugly. So you can see right now they make a potato salad that's mainly mustard. And it is more of this yellow color of the mustard. I like mine to be more of a mayonnaise potato salad. So I'm going to add probably another tablespoon of mayonnaise to this. Okay, there's my mayonnaise. And I am going to add another tablespoon of the sweet relish. And this is another reason why I don't stir it in my serving bowl, the one I'm going to use, because it gets ugly all around the edges. To me, that's just ugliness. So when I pour it in this bowl, you'll see that it all looks pretty because it doesn't get on the sides. But first, I want to add some salt and pepper. And really, your salt and pepper is to taste. But my family is big on salt and pepper, and what looks like a lot on film really isn't too bad to them. So I'm going to just put this in my bowl, and if you aim for the middle, then you're not going to get a lot on the edges to make it look ugly. And if you want to make more, if I wanted to fill this whole bowl up, just double your recipe. The last thing you want to do is, you can serve it right now. It's fine to eat right now. My mother used to love it at room temperature.
Or hot.
Or hot. But my family likes it cold. So what I will do is I will put it, make sure you put it in an airtight container, something with a lid, and keep it refrigerated until you're ready to serve it. But make sure that you put a lid on it or your whole refrigerator will smell like egg. It will smell like funky.